The hour, Cowboys, Texans should be a walk in the park for Dallas, right? Well, hold everything. Second quarter, they're down 10-7. Here's a nice play to Noah Brown.
I mean, you talk about needed, though. 3rd and 13, offense hadn't been doing much, and then he gets outside the pocket and gives Noah Brown a one-on-one kind of opportunity, comes back, makes a play.
And their best weapon right now, without question, is Tony Pollard.
Every time he touches the ball, him and CeeDee Lamb, good things happen. Tiptoes the sideline, touchdown Dallas.
Cowboys up 14-10, but then Dak picked.
It's just weird watching Dak struggle to see the field correctly. Should never throw that outside slant versus cover 3. Takeaway for Houston.
Texans with a chance, and here comes Jeff Driscoll. And how about this play by Amari Rodgers?
A little bit of a great play by Amari Rodgers. You can't credit or can't fault the Dallas defense here. They're in position. Amari Rodgers makes a play.
Texans lead it by a field goal at the half. Houston opening drive now with the third quarter. Here's a weird play. Trayvon Diggs ultimately RC winds up with the ball in his hand.
Listen, Donovan Wilson is a thumper. He steps up in the run. The ball pops out. Trayvon Diggs is going to try to show you a little bit of those return skills. He runs 700 million yards in order to get 27. But as DBs, we do not get the rock a lot. So if we get it, we're going to give you every single move we've been working on in our kitchen.
He was having fun. And then speaking of moves, Ezekiel Elliott on a 4th down, no chance.
Absolutely stuffed. 3 or 4 plays in a row this Houston defense gave Dallas absolutely nothing.
Texans with the lead. 5 minutes left. Dak in his own end zone. What?
I mean, this ball
game over.
Absolutely. Right here, I go game over. That ball get tipped a little bit. I don't know if it's going to get picked whether or not, but it's after a bad play by Dak.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
This is a worse freaking play. Houston, what are you doing? Counter option on 4th and goal from the 3?
Yeah, that's why the Texans are the worst team in the NFL. And they give Dallas a chance, and to their credit, Dak and Dallas take advantage.
Sees that underneath defender wide, and he hits the seam. Really good throw by Dak Prescott. This is the throw of the day from him. That cover 2, high-low corner, and a flat route. He sees the corner sink down, puts it on Noah Brown.
Moving, matriculating, down the field they go. He likes the tight end, and now they're in the red zone.
Another great throw to Dalton Schultz, and then they finish it off with Ezekiel Elliott right up the gut.
98 yards when they need it most. So the Cowboys, who weren't pretty most of the day, take the lead there, and then last chance Texans, 14 seconds remaining. Here's a Hail Mary opportunity. Davis Mills, this thing's going to get picked off. And so the Cowboys avert disaster. They win it 27-23 after the game. Jerry, what was your take on what was a very strange day?
I think anytime you can live through that and have a positive result, you're better for it.
We can sit here and talk about all the things that didn't go right, and I get it. But at the end of the day, you have to go win the game in the 4th quarter, and we did that today.
That they did. Rex, biggest takeaway. Cowboys yesterday, as a lot of people said, it felt like more like a loss than a win. What'd you think?
Well, I mean, I get where everybody's saying that, hey, you got the victory. That's all you wanted. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because we just saw the team that you're chasing dominate a team, a lesser team. You need to dominate games like that. This game should be over at halftime. And it isn't. It just shows, Dallas, you ain't as good as you think.
So that's the other word that I heard. Are the Cowboys, RC, overrated?
Well, yeah, they're the Cowboys. and I'm not saying that in any negative way about the Dallas Cowboys, but the world wants the Dallas Cowboys to be great. For some reason, that star on the helmet shines more than any other logo in the NFL. But we said the same thing, or we felt the same thing when the Philadelphia Eagles went to Indianapolis and they had to pull out a game late. The Dallas Cowboys found a way to win, or the Houston Texans found a way to lose. The thing is, you now keep pace and you understand that we can't play that way if we're going to beat the good teams in the NFC. If this team shows up in the playoffs, they'll go home week 1 no matter who they play. If they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they'll go home week 1. Yeah. But if we see the team that we saw in the 4th quarter against the Indianapolis Colts, if you see the team that you saw for 4 quarters against the Minnesota Vikings, then that team can play with anybody. It's about consistency and it's about discipline. That's on Mike McCarthy. This team has to show up to play, but your quarterback, your leader, who we all said during Cooper Rush's time at quarterback, when this dude comes back, this is who the Cowboys are. He leads the league in interceptions since returning. Dan can get to it a little better than I can. If Dak Prescott doesn't play better, this team can't win a championship because 20 and 21 get downhill on people, and you will be afraid of this run game.
That's Pollard and Zeke. Dan, show us Dak.
Well, right now, the most frustrating thing for Dak Prescott, or really difficult to understand, is how poorly he is seeing the field. That's really been a strength for his. And right now you're sitting there watching him make some really basic mistakes. This is a double slant at the bottom of the screen. It's cover 3, meaning that outside flat defender hangs outside that inside slant. You should never throw the slant to the bottom of the screen versus cover 3. The play is dead double slants. Work away from it. The ball gets tipped in the air. This time they push 4 strong. They're trying to get a slant to the bottom of the screen. The safety from the right side of the screen is going to drive down because he's hanging there. This should not be where the football gets thrown. Bang, bang, ball gets in the air. This is the most egregious run. The stick route concept. He's reading that flat defender up top. If that flat defender out leverages that flat route, you work the inside stick. He's turning and running. That completion is easy right there. High school kids are running that play. He hangs on, fumble, next play the interception. Watching Dak Prescott struggle to see the field, really, and often it's the middle of the field. And I like watching the game and watching the tape, I'm sitting there going, maybe it's a little bit attached to CeeDee Lamb because there's so many choice routes. But it's not just the middle of the field, and it's not just CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what it is, but Dak Prescott's not right.
The other piece is this, though. He also led a dang 100-yard drive to win the game.
Yeah.
And listen, listen, Dan, what I'm saying is this. I agree with you, which is why I brought up Dak Prescott and said if he plays like this team can't advance in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we also have to sit here and say, okay, you played bad. You didn't have your stuff. But late in the fourth quarter, you were Steph Curry and you made the threes to help your team win the game. And that's how you keep a team in the hunt. But he has to be better throughout the 3.5 quarters.
Give me a quick final word. Cowboys, overrated. We talked about San Francisco at the beginning. We're going to get to the Eagles right here, right now. Are the Cowboys good enough? Teams sometimes win games when they play badly. Are the Cowboys good enough?
No, they're not good enough.
They're not good enough.
They are not good enough. And I'm going to tell you why. They're not good enough because they have one person on that is a threat as a receiver. That's CeeDee Lamb. The other guys, whatever. They're okay. They're okay in the run game. As us, we can stop a run and cover one wide out, I can assure you. And right now, the quarterbacks play, I don't think he's the biggest issue right now. I don't think he's got other
I agree.
targets.
They can't pass protect.
Well,
they can't block.
Tyron Smith could improve that if he comes back.
So the Cowboys, again, they
I didn't ask your opinion.
It's a statement.
Did somebody whisper and ask
Is
that?
it true?
No.
Does this Bills offense, which, look, Josh Allen is a brilliant player. Of that, there is no question. But we've seen some ups and some downs. It's a good team they're playing yesterday on a bad weather day. Does that offense look good enough to go to a Super Bowl?
Well, Greeny, the thing is, I'm going to say yes, only because you have Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The coordinator there, going into the season, I had one concern. How much are they going to miss Brian Daboll?
How much do they?
They are missing him beyond belief because they do nothing that challenges a defense. The only challenge a defense has is that beast back there playing quarterback that just sat back and say, okay. You know what? I'm the baddest dude in the planet.
Right.
Okay? Don't worry about it. We'll see. And when I'm holding up a Super Bowl ring, then whoever made that statement's going to be wrong. But look, please help this guy a little bit. Can we have any kind of creative type thing? And maybe that's what this guy's talking about because there is no creative, and they can't run the football.
Right.
They don't even try to run the football.
They were doing a good job of it up until yesterday. I think it's such an interesting.
Dan, can I say something?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then why is your leading rusher for 8 games?
Sure.
8 games, your quarterback.
Because to your point, first of all, I don't think this is as talented of a roster or offensively as we kind of thought it was. Specifically, the offensive line. The offensive line got whooped yesterday. Granted, very good defensive line for the Jets. You're going to play good defensive lines in the playoffs. There's too many third and hopes for Buffalo's offense right now. What I mean by that is third and hope the quarterback does something special, whether it's a throw in or a run. Now, it's towing the line because do I want them to be more efficient on first down and second? Absolutely. There's too many third and longs. Yesterday on first down, second down, there's easy completions, and I could sit